Hey, the name is Kris Barocsi. Welcome to Gear Corner. Let's try to find the best gain boost for a Mark series Mesa Boogie amp. That one right over there. I have 4 different overdrive pedals and a clean boost to try out. What I want to get is a nice and focused and chuggy high gain sound. I have some classic pedals and a modern one too. First one is the Tube Screamer TS808. That's the obvious guy, the classic. Next one is the J-Rocket Archer, the secret weapon for most amps. It's one of the nicest sounding Klon replicas. REVV G2 Overdrive, that's the modern guy. It has a very powerful 3-band EQ. Then an original vintage overdrive, made in Japan, it's the Boss OD1. Let me know in the comments, by the way, if you want to see an episode on this pedal. And the last one is the Xotic Super Clean Clean Boost. Who knows, it might be the answer using a clean boost instead of the overdrives. First, let's hear the amp alone. I will not touch the settings after this, so the settings will stay the same throughout the video. So the only reason for a change in sound, in case anything changes, is the overdrives or the clean boost pedal in front of the amp. Check out the description box under the video for my signal chain, affiliate links if you want to support the channel, I'd appreciate that a lot, and of course timestamps, etc. Also, if you enjoy my videos, please hit subscribe and ring the notification bell. Thank you. I'll be using 2 guitars today with different pickups and different tunings. This one is the Barocsi Exploder, which is tuned to drop C sharp with earnable strings. And this is a Gibson 498T, which is, it's also called a hot Alnico. It has an Alnico 5 magnet, but it's pretty damn hot. It's like a good medium output pickup. And the other guitar is gonna be the classic with the classic humbucker. This is my 58 reissue. It's tuned to standard E. I might drop it to drop D. And these are normal 10 gauge strings. I think Fender strings. And this pickup is a Seymour Duncan Antiquity PAF replica, basically. It's not wax potted, so it does the squealy thing if you overdo the overdrive. But on the upside, it has an extremely open and dynamic sound for a humbucker. First interesting thing is how the EQ of the guitar sound changes. It's like 5 different Mesa sounds, basically, even though I didn't touch the knobs on the amp itself. So all 5 are awesome in a way, at least in my opinion. All 5 are tight enough for sure. Let me tell you about my impressions. Ibanez Tube Screamer TS808, the first pedal. I just love this pedal. It's such a no-brainer to have one just in case. It's especially very, very powerful if you're using it together with an amp that's a little too muddy on its own. That's not the case with the Mark III, with my Mesa. So I sort of wish it had a little more bass end, a little more It's a little too mid-focused for my taste, but still an awesome sound. Damn, I'm not a shredder. I almost forgot. Why did I do this? The second one was the Archer, which is a clone type circuit, and it has definitely way more highs and lows than the TS808. You can of course dial out the treble, and if you want more or less mid-range, you can dial the gain higher or lower, because that's also sort of a mid boost. If you have the gain off or almost off, it's pretty much a clean boost, sort of. Pros and cons? No cons this time, just pros. I love how this pedal sounds through this amp. Most of what I play today, no matter which guitar, it just had the perfect amount of everything. Lows, mids, highs, saturation, not too noisy. It's really good. REVV G2. This pedal sounds a little bit like a preamp because it's supposed to simulate the second channel of REVV's generator series amps, the green channel. That's why it's green, and that's why it's called the G2 generator second channel. So it's a different experience. It works very well for sort of a British crunchy medium gain sound if you're using it with a clean amp. But I love using it with an already distorted amp in front of that amp to kick it in the butt. And it has quite some mid-range boosted right now. And I dialed back the bass because I didn't want it to overload the preamp of the Mesa. I absolutely love its sound, the way it feels, the tightness, everything about it, the voicing, everything. The only con is that it's a little more noisier than the other pedals, even though I didn't have the gain set higher than on the other pedals. Boss OD1 overdrive pedal. It's the OG, it's the original one, made in Japan, probably 80s, whenever. I'll have to check for the serial number, whatever. I just got this pedal, I just bought it, and I'm super happy with it. I love how it sounds, and I'm sure I will shoot videos with this pedal or on this pedal, we'll see. I love how it sounded with the Mesa today. It has a very unique upper mid-range, and it sucks out all the bass. It's incredible. I had the feeling that it even sucked out more bass than the Tube Screamer, which is okay. The upside is that it was really tight, thanks to sucking out all that bass end. If I imagine playing a baritone guitar, a 7-string, even an 8-string, where I really don't want a lot of bass, because otherwise my playing will just become messy and my sound will not be any articulate, I think that would be my first choice. The OD1's pros, it sounds unique, it's really tight, and it's fantastic for really low tunings. The con, for normal tunings and for normal chuggy rock metal sounds, I sort of wished a little more oomph. Last but not least, the clean boost. It's the Xotic super clean boost / buffer, because it's also a buffer, and it's a very good one, and I use it all the time as a buffer on my board. I absolutely love the super clean's sound together with the Mesa. The booster, of course, doesn't change the tone of the amp a lot or the tone of the guitar a lot. It's a clean boost, of course. So I have it pretty much gunned. I had like around plus 10 dB of clean boost, which is quite a lot, and the amp took it really well. What I also love about it is the little dip switches on the side where you can fine tune your voicing, your EQ, and I had the high mids boosted ever so slightly, which means that you have the dip switch on, and it just did exactly the right thing. Pros, everything about it. Cons, nothing about it, really. I really want to know which was your favorite. Was there a certain pedal that sounded best with one of these guitars, or for one of the styles I try to play, or was it always the same pedal? It would be awesome to have a little conversation down there in the comment section. See you down there. You guys take it easy. I'll be back in a week. Bye-bye.